What's up guys, it's Mike, your guy from machine learning, forex trading, algo trading. If you like those topics, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, it really helps this channel to grow. And anyway, a few weeks ago I uploaded a video called FOREX WebSockets API when I showed how to use the FXCM API to automate your trading using Python. And under this video I received a request from one of my subscribers. Yes, I listen to your requests and I make video on those requests. So basically this subscriber wrote to me something like this. Thanks, can you go through a complete example of gathering multiple pair of data, then a simple trading algo like a moving average crossover, the instructions sent and setting profit target and stop losses. Finally plotting the dynamic chart with profit included. Is that too much? Regards. So yeah, it's a lot, but I still gonna make video on it. So basically, having in fact that this is a lot of stuff to go through and I don't want to make videos like 2-3 hours, so I decided to split this topic into two parts. So basically I will make two videos for you. One about gathering data of multiple assets and plotting it into the real-time charts, and the second one will be about the moving average crossover strategy with full implementation into the live markets. And also I think in the second video I will try to plot some deep learning techniques to increase the moving average strategy. So I think it's gonna be fun and make this strategy kind of unique compared to what you have on YouTube currently. So basically this video will be about plotting the real-time data into the charts. And one more thing, basically I will not do a live coding. Instead of this I will go through the Jupyter notebook, cell by cell, and I will explain what each piece of code is doing. And if you want to copy paste and do the whole stuff with me, just click on pause button, then copy all of the code from the cell, run it and play again so we can go farther together. Okay guys, let's get started. Okay guys, so this is the workbook we are going to work on today. So right now, just a quick reminder, we are going to import the FXCM Pi, the data time. We need to get our token. How to get our token? Just go back to the previous video. I explained deeply how to log into the FXCM, how to get your own token, so you can connect to the FXCM servers using their API. So basically we need the token, and then we are creating the connection. FXCM.FXCM, we pass our token, and then we have log 11 and the log file. Just run it. And guys, if it's not working for you, it means most probably you do not have the right packages. So you do not have the FXCM Pi library. So what you need to do, you need to run this one, pip install python socket.io, pip install FXCM Pi. So basically if you run this command into your command line, you will install all the required packages by using pip. But okay guys, looks like we already established the connection. So right now let's stream some data, for example Euro USD. And before that, just a quick tip. If you download the official repository of the FXCM API from their official GitHub page, GitHub account, you can copy the method name, go to their library that you downloaded from the GitHub, and by using search, we can search the exact method we are going to use. So basically for this one, subscribe to market, we need to pass the symbol and callbacks. So basically for the symbol is just a symbol of asset that you are going to get the data feed of prices from. And callbacks, basically callbacks is just a list of methods that are going to be triggered after every single price refresh, price change. And those kind of methods require only two parameters. So basically if we are going to make a method that will be triggered after price change, we need to include the data and the data frame as parameters, input parameters. So basically if we read, such a method has to accept two positional arguments, data and data frame, say. So yeah, basically if you use any kind of the method from the library, from the FXCM Pi object, you can always go to their library, search by the method name, object name, and read the documentation to get more information about how those things work. But anyway, let's go back. Let's stream some data. Okay, the data is streaming, but we do not see anything. Why? Because we didn't pass any method, callable method to this getPrices method. And guys, if you run connection getPrices, basically this one, it will return the data set of the price changes. So let me just quickly stop the connection. And one more time. We start the data feed. We call the getPrices. And as you can see, the data frame is being incremented after every single price change. Okay, let's run one more time. And as you can see, the data is getting bigger and bigger, the table. And when I will run the unsubscribe market data, and then one more time getPrices, you can see that the data table is empty because we are no longer streaming any data to our data frame. I hope this makes sense. Okay, so anyway, let's go further. So yeah, next one, it will be actually to create a chart to display our data feed. So for that one, I will use the Plotly. I do not use Matplotlib anymore because I think it's kind of outdated and I enjoy Plotly much more better. So basically we are importing the modules, and then we create the object of the chart, figure widget. We pass it to the live tick variable, and then we add scatters, empty scatters, as you can see. And the first one will be for the ask prices, and the second one will be for the bid prices. So let's run this one. Okay, so this is the chart, right? Let me make it a little bit bigger for you. And we can see trace 0 and trace 1. So basically, this is for one trace is for one scatter. So this is our chart. So if we go further, we need to make a function to update our chart. So basically we need to make a function that will get the streaming data and push it into our chart right now. So I called it update chart tick, and this method needs to have two arguments, data and the data frame, df, like the documentation says. Right now, right guys, method has to accept two position arguments, data and data frame. So if we go back, we got the data and data frame. And then we get this object live tick. So basically live tick is our chart, right? And we pass it to the chart bid variable. And then we align the bid price and the index price from the df. Basically, df is just this table. So when we run the getPrices, the getPrices actually return the object of df. But instead of returning this object, we will just get some data out of it. So basically this one, df.bid, df.index. Index is just a position on the table. And we do this for ask price as well. Live tick data 1. So basically 0 and 1, what they represent. If we go further, the first one is 0 and the second one is 1. So let's run this method. Not run, but move it into the interpreter. And guys, right now we are going to subscribe to the EURUSD dataset, right? And we will pass the update chart tick method function. So basically after every single time we will get new price, this method will call our method that will take the data frame and put it into our chart, right? So let's test it out. Let me run this one and go back here. And as you can see, it's streaming. Amazing, huh? I think no one did it on YouTube yet. So we got this live real-time stream of Forex prices for free using WebSocket. And updatable chart. Why it's not updating? Ah, yeah, it's updating. Okay guys, so this is the chart. Right now you know how to get your own chart like this. So let's move further, right? As you can see, it's updating pretty smoothly. So now let's just unsubscribe of this data frame because we don't want to overkill our Jupyter notebook with the data. And let's create the candlestick chart. So right now we know how to make the live ticks chart. So let's go to the candlesticks. For this one, we'll import also the Plotly library. I think we do not have to import it because we did it before here. But anyway, first one is import, then live candlestick. We create a figure widget like before, but we will do this like Go candlestick. Before we created just a single widget, but this one will be special for, here one, for candlesticks. And also we pass 0 for each variable because we want to make this chart empty at the beginning. So we pass zeros everywhere, and let's just run this one. Okay, so this is the chart. Right now it's just empty candlestick, I can say, but we are going to fill the data into this candlestick chart. So for that one, we need to make the next function, next method. I don't know, guys, how do you use the naming convention, functions or method? Because I heard both and sometimes it's getting mixed up for people. Anyway, so this is the method, the function. One more time, data and the data frame. Like the documentation says, this function method needs to have 2 arguments, data and data frame. Let's go back. And right now, let's run this one. Let's run this, right? Okay. And the next one. Let's subscribe to the dataset like we did before, but with update chart candles. So basically, this is the same logic like before. You can see. But we are passing different data. So we pass the open, high, low, close. And we transform the data frame, here data frame bit resample, to 1 minute candlesticks charts. So basically we transform this data set, pass it to OHLC variable, and then we assign every single data point to the chart. So yeah, let's run this one, and the chart should start updating. Okay. Yeah, looks like it's working. So let's wait a little bit and let's give this chart the ability to build up. Okay, I think it's enough of showing you that this can still work. But let me show you one more thing. Why I love Plotly so much better than Matplotlib. So basically you can see this little slider over here. So by using this slider we can modify the candlestick like we want. So basically we can see exactly some chunks of data. So let me go quickly back to the full data view. Okay, there it is. And basically you can see here we can download this plot as an image. We can zoom out, zoom in, and you got more functions to use. So basically Plotly is so much better than Matplotlib. Just believe me. So yeah, let's just stop streaming of this data because we know that this thing already works. So let me go back here, unsubscribe market data. Okay. So let me just run this cell. And as you can see, the streaming of data stopped. Okay, so what do we have next? Next we got show tick data and candlestick data aside on one chart. So right now we are going to generate 2 charts. One for the tick data and the second one for the candlestick. So we will have 2 representations of one data set at real time. So this is the code responsible. First, of course, we need to create an empty chart that we will feed data. So basically of course, we import Plotly libraries, then we create a figure widget, but this time we make subplots with one row and two columns. So basically we will have one row splitted by two columns. So split it by line and we'll have two columns. So yeah, here we just put it into the variable full chart. Going next, we got full chart add trace. So basically every single add trace, as you can see here, is adding a data stream. Let me just show it like this to make it more visible. So basically here we got we are adding the stream to the first row, first column, and we are adding one more stream also to first row and first column. So basically this one is one chart. So just let me label it tick data, and this one is candlestick, right? So this one is the tick data, and the second one full chart add trace go candlestick, and we are creating the candlestick empty chart. Here we just update the layout, so we just set the height and the width, so basically how big the chart is going to be on our Jupyter notebook, and then we visualize this chart on the notebook. So let's run this cell. And as you can see, we got two charts. The first one is the chart for the tick data, and the second one is the candlestick. As you can see, we got two data streams for the tick data and only one data stream for candlestick. And you may wonder, why do we have data already implemented into the tick data? Just because I left the array of 3 numbers instead of empty. Before, for that chart, we had the empty chart, but this time I showed you that you can put some random data to the chart when you generate it, like 4, 5, 6. Okay guys, so this is the empty chart, so now let's feed some data into it, right? So moving next, we need to create a function to stream ticks and OHLC data. So one more time, this is our method, our function name. One more time, data and data frame as arguments. Why? Moving back into the documentation, we need data and data frame as arguments for subscribe market data. Let's move back. So now, full chart data 1 is equal chart bit, full chart data 0 is chart for bid prices, full chart data 1 is for ask prices. Full chart, what is full chart? This is the chart we defined before. 1, 2 is the ask bid, and next number will be the candlestick. So basically we pass the data to the bid data feed, ask data feed. So let me just write it like this. Bid, ask, and here we got the candlestick. Okay, so what's behind the candlestick? One more time, we got this data frame, right? We got the bid prices, and then we resample it by using pandas library to 1 minute OHLC dataset. So then we take the full chart, right? The full chart is the name of our chart, of this chart. We take number 2 because we added it as a last thing to the chart, and we bid and we push prices into it. So basically data bid open. One more time, what is data bid? Data bid is our data after the transformation to the OHLC. So open, high, low, close is equal data bid open, high, low, close. I hope you understand this part of code, correct? So let's run this one. And let's stream the data into the chart and see how it's behaved. Let's run this one. Go back to the chart. And as you can see, the chart is updating beautifully. So let's wait a little bit just to show you it's working. It's working. Okay. So yeah, let's just close the data feed. I mean unsubscribe. Okay guys, so right now we know how to get the data feed, how to create a chart using Plotly and stream the tick data into our chart, how to convert this data into the OHLC format, how to create a candlestick chart, and how to feed the OHLC data into the candlestick real time so you can have real-time candlestick chart of your assets. Anyway, let's move next, right? So the next thing is actually stream all assets into tick chart. So what we are going to do, we are going to get the multiple prices of multiple assets and put it into the multiple charts updated real time. So you can follow not only one data feed, but multiple data feeds at the same time. So right now, first, we need to get the first 9 assets from broker list. So for that one, I will use get instruments that will return the list of assets, and I will chunk this data to get only the 9 assets of that list. One more time, what this method is doing, just copy it, go to the documentation of the API, and search this method. Not that one. Here you have get instruments. Return the tradable instruments of FXCM as a list. So yeah, like I said before. Let's move back. Let's run this one. And as you can see, we are going to stream data for the Euro USD, USD, JPY, GBP USD, and so on. Basically for all of those prices, right? Let me just... Yes, for all of those prices. So next thing is actually to create the 9 charts. How we are going to do this? One more time. Import the Plotly modules. Then we are going to create a figure widget like before, but this time we will have 3 rows and 3 columns. And we will also pass the names in the top assets 9 variable. So basically we will pass all of this data in this list. So basically we will pass this list into the subplot titles to get the titles of the charts. And here we got the grid. This is just the range. So what I did is I made the loop inside the loop, so double iteration, to actually count the rows and columns and create a subplot for each iteration. And then also I update the axis as a false. This was very important to set it as a false, because when I had it on true, not all of those charts were updated. Don't ask me why, I had a little bit troubles with that, but finally I figured it out that when I set it to false, it's working. So just leave it like this. And then we got multiple asset ticks, update layout. So basically here we just define how big the chart is going to be. And we display this chart. So let's just run it. And that's it. So as you can see, let's just make it nicely to look. This is our chart with subcharts. So basically we got one for USD, USD JPY, GBP USD, and here we have the ask prices and bid prices. Okay, so let's feed some data into this beautiful chart. Let's go further. We will skip this one, it was just for my tests. Moving next, let's create function to update all charts. So basically update all asset ticks one more time, data and data frame. Go back to documentation. I lost it somewhere. But anyway, you know what I mean. And then I created the actual asset data symbol. So basically this thing returns the asset name, and then I made a small logic to actually extract the name, and by using the name to get the position of the chart on our chart. So basically each chart, Euro USD, USD JPY, has assigned number, and basically by using this piece of code I check to which number I should push the data to. And then one more time we got chart bit, multiple assets ticks data ask, multiple assets ticks the index bid, and basically this piece of code is responsible for pulling the data into our charts. So let me just run this. Okay. The next method is actually to create a function for subscribing to 9 asset ticks. So instead of pushing every single time subscribe for each asset from our charts, I created a simple method called subscribe. I pass as an argument the asset list. So basically list of our assets, right? And then I just call the subscribe market with asset, and I pass this update all asset ticks. So this method. So should we check, is it going to work? We just defined the subscribe function. So right now let's run this one. So it's this cell. And now all the assets should be updated. Or I think it's starting to happen. Okay. It's working! So let's wait a little bit to show you that it's working on the long term. Okay guys, that's it for now. I hope you like the things that I showed you. Basically we managed to create a data stream of multiple assets and push them into the charts. It was quite fun for me, and I hope for you as well. And basically if you have ideas on next videos, just leave it in the comments. I will reply to all of them. And guys, I'm really sorry about the speed of developing the videos, but it takes some time to do the research, record the video, render the video, and I am already overwhelmed with my Trello board when I store all of my project ideas for YouTube videos. But anyway, I'm trying to find time to do stuff on your requests, and from time to time I will do video that one of my subscribers, so one of you, will submit to me. And anyway, for the next video I will do the second part of the request. So basically we are going to do a simple crossover moving average strategy. We are going to use some deep learning techniques to improve the performance of the strategy, backtest it, and connect it to the real-time prices, real-time data feed of the FXCM broker. And all of this using Python and their API. So I think you're getting excited like me, because I will finally show you that we can create in a matter of hours a nice working and I hope profitable algorithms that you can deploy on your PC or Raspberry Pi or whatever. So guys, one more time, thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button and like button. Leave a comment if you have any ideas or maybe question to this video. And I hope we will see you soon on the next Monday. As I said before, I am uploading every single Monday a new video. So see you in the next week.